Good morning, my name is Louise Chisholm. Today I'm going to look at the future demands of tourism and the provision for these in Scotland. The attraction in particular I'm looking at is the Scottish Sea Life Sanctuary, which is part of the Merlin Entertainment Group. Established in 1980, it's located on the shores of Loch Crieran just outside Oban, the seafood capital of Scotland. It is a leader in marine conservation, initially being set up to look after the common grey seal. It's 32 miles from Fort William, which is known as the outdoor capital of the UK. The area is the Scottish West Coast, and we offer a range of visitor facilities. We have various types of accommodation ranging from 5-star to budget, good transport links with airports being within driving distance, good rail networks and road networks as well. We offer lots of attractions, particularly for the outdoor enthusiast. We can attract various types to this area, including the post-tourist recognised by URI in 2002, which is someone who recognises their experience for what it is. For example, they could come to the rural West Coast one year and a busy beach holiday in Spain the next again. We also attract the good tourist, which is a tourist who tries to do their holiday in an environmentally friendly way and integrate in with the community in a sustainable way. And we can attract the unusual offbeat and charter tourists as well. The sanctuary in particular attracts local, national and in the summer international tourists. And 84% of visitors in the Highlands are actually on holiday, and with 13,400 people being employed in this industry, it shows how crucial it is. Therefore, we need to do research to offer a quality product to ensure that we keep these visitors coming back. It's crucial to realise what we're trying to promote. Market research can be undertaken in various ways. Quantitative and qualitative research will ensure triangulation. This means that we've got good, credible data from what to work from and develop our product with. However, it's problematic to undertake some of this research given that some of our methods are underdeveloped, and given the scope there's not a lot of data available to go on. The reason we would want to collect this data is to set prices so we can check our competition, make sure that we're offering accommodation that's in the budget range. The market segments, how do we target them? Is it better to contact them through TV or radio? And the area events. In the winter, for example, the town of Oban does a winter festival, and the Sea Life Centre capitalises on this by offering a Santa's Grotto and particular attractions throughout the week that this happens. We also want to identify our non-user categories. If we can work out why people are not using us, we can increase our business, helping us be sustainable. Stress factors, for example, language barriers. The Sea Life Centre at present only interprets or displays in English. The Royal Yacht Britannia has handheld sets offering the displays in various languages, and perhaps this is something that the Sea Life Centre could consider. Asia, in 2012 there was 233 million international arrivals, and if we want to try and attract these growing markets, we need to look at developing for them. Not only is it important to do research to offer a quality product, but that quality product will lead us to having a sustainable product. We can look at the serve call scale. This is how the service is of our establishment, and in my mind the Sea Life Centre does a great job of this. The staff there are there for assurance, they're responsive and they have a great deal of empathy. There's also uncontrollable and subjective factors such as weather and people perception. But if we can find out what people are looking for, we can offer a sustainable product. For example, a cultural difference, something such as manners, could be portrayed by someone in such a way that they feel they've had a bad experience. If we can look at things like that, we can enhance the experience of the visitor and exceed their expectations. Negative feedback, we want to try and work on that and adapt, develop and refine our product. The importance of this is for recommendation. Word of mouth is cheap advertising and it's good advertising. If we get repeat business, this is crucial in the winter when it's low tourist season. We need the locals to come back, so we need to continually adapt our attraction to make sure that we have repeat business. And of course we want to reduce the time and cost of dealing with complaints. Wherever there's tourism, there's impacts of tourism, both positive and negative. And the economic effects can be astounding throughout a small community because of the multiplier effect. For example, we have a hotel built. People stay in the hotel, they spend in the community, and the farmer supplies products to the hotel. He then buys in the community and secondary employment is created. This is induced income multiplier. There's also a negative effect, leakages. Sometimes the money created in the community does not stay in the community. The employment can be poorly paid and seasonal, and if your community wholly depends on tourism, any market change can be a great threat. There's also the cultural impacts. The Doxy's 1975 Iridex shows the relationship between the host and the guest. When this is euphoric, it's great, everything's going good. If it starts verging on annoyance, we need to look at counteracting these impacts to ensure that we've got this product that's sustainable. Environmental impacts. Tourism can be a great catalyst for the environment to become to people's attention and be looked after. SNH, Historic Scotland and National Trust are all responsible for buildings and area of land throughout Scotland. The Geopark in the North West Highlands of Scotland is now being carefully maintained while still being a top visitor attraction. Wherever there's tourists, there's going to be increased infrastructure, pollution, erosion and noise. And with over 700 businesses now in the Green Tourist Business Scheme, it's worth remembering that people are trying to do something about these impacts. Trends in tourism. It seems to be there's a move away from mass tourism, and Visit Scotland have shown by research that people are now looking for a more meaningful experience. In fact, 35% of overnight tourism came from nature-based tourism, and in 2006 the RSPB reported a 5 million generated income from bird watching. Niche tourism is a great developing area. This is where people are looking to do something different, off the beaten track. It could be volunteer tourism, geology tourism. One hotel in the northwest of Scotland says that 20% of its guests are purely there for geological purposes, with 40% having a passing interest. Economical and political factors will always influence, and we need to make sure that we can market ourselves as a safe destination. Scotland has no terrorism attacks in recent years, and we're a good safe destination for people who are looking for something like this for a family cycles period. The tourists these days are more experienced, they're more environmentally aware, and they're a global tourist. Whatever we offer is on a global scale. There's a market segment out there that's looking for the same thing worldwide, and we need to make sure we're competitive enough to achieve some of this market. Trends then, how do we build on our strengths? Scotland has got natural beauty, it's our brand. 58% of visitors to Scotland are motivated to come here by that. The Visit Scotland campaign, the Year of Natural Scotland, gave businesses tools to help succeed in this area. Heritage, we've got a great history. America is becoming a great populated area, and there's a big baby boom there. And we can capitalise on this by trying to show them this, that we have all this just now, and encourage them to come here in the future. We've got a great environmental setting and a brilliant natural product. Outdoor enthusiasts love the mountains and the rivers. The opportunities then, further movie tourism. Skye is rumoured to be the place for the new Star Wars movie. Ethical tourism, green tourism and the green tourist. Technological advances. Many people are researching on the internet now before they come here, so we need to make sure that we can show what we're doing in a good light. We could package the green gaze with so many people considering how they take their holiday and the way they travel there. We could make a very sustainable package holiday and globalise that. Development and sustainability. Sustainable tourism is where you integrate the community and the tourists to provide this long-term product. And the Decade of Education for Sustainable Development began in 2005, trying to educate this at all levels. It's been shown that an integrated, gradual approach is how this is best taken. The Scottish Government identified sustainable tourism in universities as growth areas of tourism, and educational tourism as an overlooked subsector. And with the gap year now being a multi-million-pound industry, it's worth considering that with Maslow's hierarchy of needs of self-actualisation at the top of the pyramid, perhaps there's an ever-present need for educational tourism, and this is an area that Scotland, given the shown growth, could capitalise on. We need to identify our micro-niches and market in that direction, and with 15.3% of rural Scotland being employed in the tourism sector, it's crucial. So looking towards the future, the BRIC countries, we need to make sure that we're doing things that encourage these countries to come here. They're the ones in the future that are going to have the money to spend. We need to look at demographics. Populations are ageing. Do we perhaps need to look at legislation to make sure we can adapt old listed buildings to ensure mobility issues are catered for? The social concerns and global types. We need to pick on our strengths and advertise these heavily. We need to make sure our niches suit budgets, motives and intrinsic factors. And space and virtual tourism. They sound a bit far off, but one day it's going to happen. We need to start thinking about this, and perhaps looking just now basically at our website to make sure we're appealing enough that people want to come. Movie tourism, traditional nature tourism. People have always came to Scotland for certain gazes, and we need to make sure we keep encouraging them to come back. We have a natural product that we can keep using. and that means we have to continually offer this personal service and exceed expectations. Further research is always needed. Tourism is such a personal thing that people's perceptions change, ideas change, trends change. We always need to research and make sure we're up to date to capture the market. So the conclusion, we're moving away from mass tourism. We need to identify our markets, ensure satisfaction through research, and consider our approaches towards sustainable development. It's ever changing, and we need to make sure we've got the niches covered. And one of the questions I was asked was the importance of environmentally friendly awareness for businesses. And in 2030 this is to be the norm, so it's important that businesses now start working towards achieving this, or they could be left behind. And the Visit Scotland chairman says we need to react so we don't lose out. So this is going to become a vital market that we can start working towards now. Thank you.